The latest variant of concern has cities around the world taking precautions. But not everyone's thrilled with the idea of going back to COVID-19 pandemic-era precautions. Our Andy Hirschfeld takes us to New York City, the current hotspot for Omicron in the U.S.
It's the tale of two New York cities. There's one group scaling back because of the Omicron variant. Testing lines have wrapped full city blocks. Pharmacies have sold out of at-home tests. Some restaurants have limited seating once again. The entertainment business is also on edge. SNL canceled its in-person audience on this weekend show.
Tonight, everyone at Saturday Night Live planned to do our big Christmas show and induct a new member into the Five Timers Club, but COVID came early this year. So in the interest of safety, we do not have an audience. And we sent home our cast, most of our crew, but I came here from California, and if you think I was going to fly 3,000 miles and I'd be on TV, well, you got another thing coming.
And the Radio City Rockettes called it quits for the rest of the season. Some Broadway plays have dimmed the lights for a few days after some cast and crew tested positive. Case numbers have surged in recent days, topping more than 20,000 day after day. This comes despite the city's high vaccination rate. According to the CDC, more than 70% of all New Yorkers are fully vaccinated. That's 80% for residents over the age of 18. 94% of that age group had at least one dose. Then there's the other New York, the one with business as usual, at least with what it's been in the COVID era. Holiday markets are bustling and people are on the streets. There is some good news, though, according to some new reporting in South Africa, where the Omicron variant originated and is now the dominant strain. Hospitalization rates have plunged. Could this be the fate for New York City and the rest of the country? Well, that remains an open question. Elected officials are cautiously optimistic.
We also know that this is a milder form of the variant than Delta had been. We're still waiting more science and data, but that is a very positive sign to let people know that if you're vaccinated and boosted, you are more likely just to have either asymptomatic or just have very minor symptoms, and that's important to know.
Because of the high level of vaccination, even though we expect a lot of cases, we do not expect to see some of the very painful reality we saw certainly in the spring of 2020 or even last winter. We think the outcomes, what happens to people, is going to be very much better this time. But it will be even more true if we keep intensifying our vaccination effort.
That's echoed by public health officials.
Omicron has proven to be the fastest, fittest, and most formidable variant of the virus thus far. This is in part due to its ability to evade the immune system, meaning that those who've already had COVID and those who are vaccinated are more likely to be infected with Omicron compared to past variants. Everyone is feeling some traumatic echoes of our first wave. But let me be very clear, we have so many more tools than we did in March 2020. It will undoubtedly be a challenging few weeks, but we will get through this.
This comes at a crucial time with a lot of unknowns as families and friends gather for the holidays. It's a mixed bag. Some parties and get-togethers have been canceled as others wait and see. But one thing is for sure, this is not March of 2020. In New York, I'm Andy Hirschfeld reporting.